Hi guys, welcome back to Sunny Healing. I hope you guys are doing well. In today's pick a card reading, we want to take a look at what does your sense of humor say about you. So let's take a look at the piles. I have three piles today. Pile 1 is the Ammonite stone. Pile 1. Pile 2 is dragon blood. Pile 2. And the last pile, pile 3, is celestite. I'm going to show you the piles. Hi, pile 1, you chose the Ammonite stone. Let's take a look at what does your sense of humor says about you. So let's get first started with your funny cards that I picked from the Rebel deck. The first one says make it rain with dollar signs. The second one says that project, that person, that idea is waiting. Get after that shit, the world has your back. Okay, pile 1. Okay, first of all, I'm getting that you could be someone who likes to joke around or have fun at work. There's a lot of finances here, a lot of project work here. You guys are people who are fun to be around. You guys could be very even self-critical. You have this sense of humor that's very maybe self-derogative. You bring a lot of fun with the people who are around you. Your colleagues really enjoy having you around. A lot of you guys are just bringing a lot of lighthearted energy in terms of your work or your work environment. You guys could be the ones that are always the first to crack a joke at your work setting, maybe in a work meeting. I also feel here, pile 1, a lot of you are people who are very determined in terms of your work. You guys could have a very you could have very strong career-oriented personalities, very ambitious. I'm also picking up that you guys have a lot of insights in terms of future projects. You guys could have very a great way to basically look into the future. You have people see you as someone who's very visionary, who's very much into ushering in the new beginnings for your team, for your organization, or for whatever career you guys are working at. People see you as someone who is very confident. You have this sense of humor that's very maybe even tough love somehow. Pile 1, I'm feeling you guys could be very good with words. You could be very good with playing with words, playing with words that are not said, or you guys could be very good at reading under in between the lines, and you use that to make jokes or to bring lightheartedness within your work setting. I feel a lot of you guys could be using that kind of jokes in order to bring a little bit more fun in your workplace. Many people talk about you behind your back. They say how funny you are, how entertaining you are. Many of you could be very entertaining, could be very open and fun and excited. And there's a lot of extroverted energy here, pile 1. I'm feeling Leo energy. You also have Aquarius. You guys could have very good propensity to use the right words at the right time. I'm also feeling you guys could be bringing out subjects or things that could be a little bit taboo or unexpected, especially in your job or your work setting here. I'm feeling pile 1. Many of you bring out subjects that are quite unexpected or a little bit maybe like the elephant in the room. Some of you are really good at pointing out the things that people might not say or are not politically correct, pile 1. I also feel you have this way of saying the truth by making a joke, so it doesn't really sound very harsh in that way. You guys could bring out the truth to others, or the ideas that you actually want to pass on that you might not be able to pass on in a very serious way. You guys bring it out, bring it up in a way that's very much fun or very jokey, so it's not like too serious. People can actually adhere to it or be more open to it because you're more you're bringing it in a softer way. Many of you could be in a place where you guys have a lot of stress. You go, the job that you could be doing is quite stressful or very demanding in terms of your time. I'm also feeling some of you work with things that are very detail oriented, or maybe even careers that involve a lot of money, budgets. You guys could have a job in finances, maybe banking. Some of you have budgets to manage here, pile one. Some of you could be project managers, or you could be working with project managers here. You guys could be the ones that always bring the best ideas or the most creative ideas, the ideas that people might not actually say or would be maybe uncomfortable bringing up. I'm feeling Aries energy here, pile one. I feel some of you guys are so outspoken, so open with the way you think, that some people around you do feel uncomfortable at your work, especially. Some colleagues are a little bit more reserved or more closed off or even more conservative, and you guys just shock them with your way of humor. So let's see, what does your humor says about you? Let's see. 7 of Wands. All right, pile one. What does your humor say about you? It says that you are someone who is a people person. You guys just stand out in a crowd. People can see your uniqueness, your sense of humor is showing up as someone who is very determined, very open-minded, and you really do stand out in the crowd, so people see you. You can also use your sense of humor in order to stand up for yourselves. I feel a lot of you guys, pile one, you decide to not be aggressive or not be violent in the way you stand up for yourself or you defend your beliefs, and you use humor in order to do that, pile one. You use humor in order to actually stand up for your beliefs, the things you want to bring forward, the things that you want to stand up for. I'm also feeling many of you are very competitive at work, but you use your humor to compete with others. You're not as confrontational as other people. You're actually using a more lighthearted energy or more fun energy here in order to bring those ideas forward. I'm also feeling, pile one, some of you are actually the black sheep in your families because of your sense of humor, because you're so different in the way you speak to others. People do not expect that kind of comeback sometimes. Some of you could have been blocked off when you were younger. You could have been told to shut up, or your humor was not really welcome in your family with your parents. People could have said to you that your humor was a little bit too much or unacceptable. I feel, pile one, a lot of you have a lot of fire. So Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, your fire is really exciting, fun to be around. And people enjoy that energy anyhow. Some of them are actually getting a little bit irked off or a little bit pissed off at you. But all in all, people realize that this is very positive. You guys are very positive. It's very actually it's to bring a positive outlook on things. It's to bring a lighthearted energy on serious subject, and this actually really helps bring down the pressure. Again, I'm feeling here has to do with work setting for many of you. So you help bring down the pressure, bring down the seriousness, and really releases a lot of the stress and the need to speak up. Many of you are actually being admired by other peers. All right, let's see what else. Oh, you have the King of Autumn, King of Pentacles. All right, some of you are really good at making money here. I have two money cards. Some of you are actually bosses, CEOs, managers here. Pile one, you guys have a way with money, a way with making your own resources, a way with um, working in a fun place or just bringing more fun in your environment. Very strong masculine leadership energy here. It says be assertive when it comes to what you know is right. Everything is going your way. A good person or company to work for. So people really enjoy your energy here, pile one. It is very earthy. So some of you have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in your chart. You do show up as someone who is very charismatic. I feel you guys could be very gifted with words here, very gifted with, again, bringing forth ideas to make more resources, to make more money, to increase financial gains to in terms of your company. People love having you in projects, love having you as a colleague, love having you as a boss as well. Some of you make really, really great bosses. They want to be working in your team. They feel very comfortable. You just bring a sense of comfort. I also feel some of you make fun about things that touch material side of people, you know, or the greediness of people. You guys are very good at pointing that out or showing how people can be maybe a little bit double-faced or have this greedy side to them, especially at work. I feel you guys are very good at making jokes around those subjects, or even anything that has to do with money. Some of you could be very good at making fun about money or making money, or especially when it comes to your families. This might make people uncomfortable, especially if you do come from a old cultures where money is taboo. You don't talk about money in your family. You don't talk about money you know, around the table. Some of you guys are actually really liking to bring that kind of subject in front of everybody and make fun about it. Or yes, Capricorn energy very strong here. Others really like to show off. You like to show off your possessions. You like to show off how you dress well, even your luxurious objects or material gains here, pile one, in a very playful way. You just show up as someone who's very accomplished, very confident. People also feel a loyalty, a faithfulness, a sense of reliability here with you, pile one. And there is a very strong assertiveness in your energy, pile one. You're not afraid what other people will say, even if you do bring out a joke. Again, that's like pointing out the elephant in the room. You actually don't care. You just go for it. All right, pile one, I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you at your next reading. Bye. Hi, pile two. You chose Dragon Blood Stone. Let's see. What kind of jokes do you make? So I pulled a few cards from the Rebel deck. Okay. The first one says, ask a fucking expert. Don't rely on your friends or the internet. Listen to a damn professional. The other one says, you do you. Stop trying to change people. That shit never works. And finally, stop fucking whining. No one wants to listen to that shit. Complaining makes you weak. You have the strength to change your world, so do it. Oh my god, pile two, you are sassy. Your humor is quite sassy. I feel you're the kind of person who would like to comment or make funny comments, or really not care about the comments you put on the internet, on social media. Some of you actually like to provoke others through your comments. You're also the kind of people that use your humor to state what you want people to do, or to state what you want from people, or especially what you want people to stop doing. You use humor in order to make people listen to you. You have a very strong energy about you. You're not weak. You're not someone who is uncertain. There's a lot of confidence in the way you bring out a certain subject here, pile two. I also feel you guys could be very good at speaking up. speaking the truth, especially when people are complaining to you. I feel many people come and complain to you, or you notice people around you complain about all kind of stuff. And this is something you just have no patience with. You just say the truth. You just have no problem telling others that it's time for them to really stop whining or stop being so weak. You have a lot of strength, a lot of your way of bringing out this some kind of, I'm also feeling many people around you bring to you issues, come to talk about issues. Some of them even see you as like a counselor or someone, you know, you bring, you just shake them out, you shake them up out of their misery, out of their victim mindset. You just are very direct. You do not back down from telling them the truth. You tell them as well what works and what doesn't work in a very straightforward manner. You're not, you could be a little bit harsh with your words. Some people might find you cruel, especially if they're very sensitive. And I also feel, Pile, too, many of you guys have changed the way people are behaving around you. I'm feeling some people are intimidated by your energies or might have been a little bit, how would you say that? A little bit, not worried, but a little bit insulted a little bit at first when they meet you because they're not sure what you're trying to say, but then they get to know you, and I feel you kind of like more like black or white. Some people really enjoy being around you, really love your sense of humor, and others dislike you. They just cannot stand you. So I feel you guys are very good at making fun of all kind of things. Actually, I'm also feeling here sexual jokes. Some of you are actually not having an issue with making sexual jokes. I also feel here some of you could even curse sometimes when you talk, and people find that really almost crazy, but at the same time very funny sometimes. I also feel many of you do that kind of stuff on the internet, on social media, and people see you almost like some of you are actually very good at making jokes. So some of you could also be like a professional stand-up comedian or even write jokes, or you could actually do that very well. People see you as someone who could become like a stand-up comedian and make great jokes. All right, let's take a look. So what does your sense of humor say about you? I have the Ten of Pentacles. So pile two, what does your sense of humor say about you? I do feel here, pile two, you guys are great at making money, at building your legacy here. A lot of you have almost picked up that kind of humor from your dad or your mom, something here about your family. You guys could have this sense of humor, or you could have had, I'm also hearing in education or something here. You guys have learned to develop this humor through reading, through educating yourself. You guys have a lot of culture and have a very strong background when it comes to your family roots. A lot of you guys could actually come from mixed families or have a lot of richness in your background in your family, and this has helped your sense of humor in terms of developing all types of subjects or really making jokes about everything, especially when it comes to money. Pile two, I feel a lot of you make jokes about money. I also feel a lot of you make jokes about you know, like about how would I say that? Again, using maybe a little bit of vulgar words, or using, you know, insult, not insult, but maybe cursing a little bit, using those types of word, and people just are okay with that. They find that funny coming out of you. Nobody gets insulted, or if they do, they just get used to you. There is this sense of you are being very natural, very spontaneous, very impulsive in the way you speak, and people really see you as quite unique, quite different. I also feel here you use humor to mask yourself or to put a distance or to even, yeah, it's a way of masking your emotions, your feelings. Sometimes this sense of humor is a way to protect yourself or to protect your truth or to just kind of like, I'm hearing like passe-partout. It's used to like, be accepted everywhere. That's the word, passe-partout. I don't know how you say it in English, but it's a way of being accepted in society. It's for you a way to be accepted in basically every circumstances you find yourself. It's easy for you to get adapted or get integrated easily because of this, but it is still a mask. It is still a way for you to protect yourself. And many people don't know that about you unless they get to know you a little bit more, a little bit deeper. Yes, especially around the heart here. You guys protect your heart in that sense. It's also for you a way to reflect back emotions. So if someone is, I'm giving you an example, someone coming to you and confessing their feelings to you, you guys could be a little bit uncomfortable or feel uncomfortable about it. It's your way to like push it away or find a way to like not reject it, but not reply right away, or you would be very uncomfortable. So you would make a joke or try to make things a little bit lighthearted in order not to respond in a very serious way, because sometimes you guys could be confronted with very serious questions and you're just maybe a little bit uncomfortable responding. So that's one example. You also have the Three of Autumn here, pile two, Three of Pentacles. So yes, pile two, I feel it says follow your passion when it comes to your career, be the best at what you do, being compensated for your creative talents. So pile two, you're super creative when it comes to your humor. There's a passionate side to you here as well. When people see you making jokes, or there's some kind of like you taking the time to build a joke, taking the time to actually, again, I'm getting here a cultural background that's very strong. Many of you read a lot. You use quotes for some of you. You use awkward situations. You use, again, a lot of cultural insights, but also I'm also hearing inside jokes for some. So some of you are very good when it comes to inside jokes. You have gained that kind of maturity, that kind of creativity around making those type of jokes. People definitely see you as someone who can write your own jokes. You could be a stand-up comedian. You could even have the look of a stand-up comedian, or someone who could be quite funny in the way you portray yourself, in your gesture, in your like you show up as a comic, or even the way you dress, or you're just not afraid of making yourself a little bit more ridiculous. The way you dress up could be a little bit ridiculous. You have no problem with that. Some of you, I'm also feeling some of you are the joker of your friend group. People know you to be the joker, know you to have that kind of sense of humor. They just know you for that forever, especially people that known you since your childhood. They know that you're the joker. You're the one that always bring this fun side to the table. People like to invite you in parties. People like also collaborating with you at work because of this sense of humor, this creativity that comes with it as well. A lot of you are very creative. You're good at writing. You're good at producing. Again, I'm getting a lot of writing here, a lot of talking, good at public speaking here, pile two. Many people see you as someone who is very good at what you do. In terms of your career, you're very good at planting your seeds. You're very good at bringing up the foundations for your work in your career, but also in your personal life. People see you as someone who is a good builder, but also someone who is not afraid to make fun of themselves and not afraid to take things lightly when it's time to take things lightly. And There's also almost like a transparency about you, pile two. So your mask is actually quite transparent. Many people know your vulnerable side. They know that you're actually being vulnerable with those jokes. A lot of you are actually sharing your deepest insight, your deepest emotions, whether you're realizing it or not. While at the same time trying to push others away. So many people just feel this transparency and they connect with you because they can relate. Very vulnerable here, pile two. Very talented as well. All right, pile two, I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please don't forget to hit thumbs up, and I'll see you later. Bye. Hi, pile three. You chose the celestite stone. So let's take a look at, first of all, what kind of jokes you make, pile three. Detox. Drink a smoothie and friend that asshole and throw some shit out. So that's the first card. I pulled this through the Rebel Oracle deck. I really find it fun. Step away from the crazy making diets for a hot second. Kale and spirulina taste like ass. Oof. Virgo energy. Eat some yummy shits, bacon, chocolate, beer, and get some. There's a lot of food. You guys could have Taurus, Virgo. You guys just enjoy maybe making jokes around food. A lot of you, I see you making fun, making stories, making funny jokes around the table. You know, you guys love to maybe stand out when you guys are eating with friends or with your family. You bring out a fun side during that time. Many people know you as like the right person to have around in parties, the right person to have around in big celebrations when there's a lot of food, catering. I'm hearing weddings, any kind of celebration, any kind of big event. You guys could take the spotlight. You could be very good at taking the spotlight, even offering a toast and really making joke of the people you love. You could be very good at toasting people in general, actually. I also feel you guys could be making fun about food and dieting and crazy diets in general. You guys could have a very unique or critical way of looking at foods. You guys could have a lot of knowledge when it comes to that. Maybe you have a nutritional background, a nutritionist background. I mean, biology. You guys could come from, or you could have just read a lot about food and all kind of crazy diets that people like to do, and you love to make fun about that. You love to make jokes here about that. You find it that it's always something that's of actuality, always something that people can relate to, whoever it is, whether they are on diets or not. People need to eat, and people all understand joking around food and dieting. I also feel here a very down to earth energy coming out of you guys, pile three. You guys could be very easy to get along with. You guys could be very meat and potato kind of people sometimes, or at least that's how you show up for others. There could be definitely a complexity about you guys, but in many ways you can show. I'm also seeing here the two sides. Some of you are really very meat and potatoes. The other ones are very much into smoothies. We're talking here about smoothies and drinking green juices, or you could actually go back and forth on both sides here, pile three. I also feel here many people come to you when they need to release a situation in their lives, and you have no problem telling them all the bad stuff that this person has done to them, or all the bad things that their ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend that they're trying to reconnect with. You have no problem making fun of those people. I'm hearing here specifically ex-partners, your own ex-partners, other people's ex-partners. You could be very good at making cynical jokes, or yes, definitely. Some of you could be doing even fat jokes. For some, that's possible. You're making jokes about people who are overweight. You could be talking about your beer belly. Some of you are actually specifically talking about beer bellies, pretending to be pregnant if you're male, and things like that. I also hear pile three. Some of you were really insulted, or people did not like the kind of jokes you were getting. Some of you got someone who called you an asshole or was telling you that they will unfriend you if you would not stop making that kind of joke. I do feel that some of you did get reprehended or been told that you're not behaving properly, or that your jokes are making them really uncomfortable. Some of you actually could have lost a friend or two because of that. I'm also hearing blonde jokes and things like that for some of you here, part three. You definitely push people out of their comfort zone. Your jokes put people in uncomfortable places. And I feel here, part three, it's never in terms of like bad intentions. You guys have really good intentions. It's really just to show others what they need to do, or it's your way of giving advice, it's your way of helping them detoxing, of helping them get healthier overall, or even healthier boundaries in general. All right, let's take a look. So let's see, pile three, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Pile three, number 10. So what does your sense of humor say about you, pile three? That you're always changing, you're someone who's always changing, growing, evolving, and also people feel lucky to have you around. They just really enjoy having your energy around them. They never get bored. There's always a different side of you guys. So like I was saying, some of you really vacillate between, meat and potatoes and spirulina drinks, and you have a different type of humor here, Gemini energy. One time you're very serious, other times you could be very direct and very fun. There's a lot of it's a multi-dimensional type of joking and fun here, so people don't know what to expect from you. You guys could have Jupiter in your chart. You guys could be Sagittarius. You could also have maybe Pisces, Scorpio as well. I'm getting pile three, Scorpionic energy here. Leo as well. Yes, so pile three, I feel many of you are seen as someone who is always changing and people don't know what to expect. Some of you are being avoided because of that, especially if you are someone who's very loud when it comes to your funny ways. And others, people really love to invite you to their place or love to invite you to their events because they know that you're going to bring a lot of fun with you. You're going to bring this lighthearted energy. You're just the life of the party, pile three. I feel many people love to spend time with you in those events when there's a lot of drinking, a lot of singing, a lot of dancing here, pile three. I'm also hearing some of you could have been invited in a yacht, or you've been in some kind of yacht party where you had a lot of time, a good time. You were able to have fun and laugh with others. People feel that it's very lighthearted, very good intentions, very strong warmth here coming out of you. Leo energy here. People know that you really wish them well, pile three, even though they don't really know what to expect, and even though sometimes they do feel insulted. I'm hearing the name William, William, Thelma. All right, and you also have the Prince of Autumn, which is the Page of Pentacles. So pile three, which is a lot of earth, by the way, in all these piles today. So humorous, you are dependable, protective, chivalrous, but you're also humorous, cautious but wise in action, meticulous attention to detail, and kindness to others. Oof, I love this energy, pile three. I'm feeling here Virgo, Leo, maybe some Gemini, Sagittarius. So pile 3, you guys just I'm getting a very Harry Potter kind of person here. You guys might like Harry Potter, or you could somehow like that movie for some, or be somehow connected to that movie. Pile 3, they love your sense of humor. I mean, your sense of humor is very almost childlike sometimes. Pile 3, childlike, innocent, very gay, very fun, very excitable, exciting. It's with the page, it's a page energy. So it reminds them of their childhood. It just connects them to this innocent side, their inner child as well. You are awakening their inner child in a way, pile 3, and you're not worried about that. You guys could be also using gesture, or using your body to actually bring a lot more fun. I also feel here, pile 3, you guys could be making jokes about specific details. So for example, oh, something about like my face, you could tell, okay, well, there's something about her lips. You would just make fun about that specific detail. Oh, you put on that kind of makeup, or something around a detail here that you notice. People always have to laugh. They just feel that it's very kind anyway. People don't see it as threatening, or bad, in general, or negative. It's very, very lighthearted, and it's childlike in nature, and people can easily understand that it's actually out of kindness. And you are so attentive to details. It's crazy, pile 3. So yes, Virgo energy here I'm getting very strongly. Um, mhm. And yes, so your jokes are very wise. There's a lot of wisdom actually hidden in this childlike energy. So some of you, it might seem very, again, lighthearted, or very much just a little detail. But if they think about it, there's a lot of wisdom actually behind that. Some of you are very protective over your friends, your family, people that you really love, very protective, and you're not afraid about standing up for them, or for yourself, or for them in general, your family, people you love. Very strong energy here of protection. Many of you could have been born in September, October, November, around those times in the fall. I also feel pile 3, some of you like to wear costumes, you like to dress up maybe for Halloween, or dress up in general. I also feel some of you like to show up at parties in a very unusual look, and people just are surprised, or they find it really fun or funny. Some of you might like to wear a strange hat, or a funny hat, to make people laugh. You're not afraid of doing that. I'm also hearing mimes. Some of you like to play, and actually use mimes to bring fun in a party, or in your surroundings. All right, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you later. Bye.